Russia is one country that has close ties with India as well as China. Over the years, Russia has not leaned towards any specific side, since in that case it will lose a strategic ally in the region. It's been treading the tightrope, but things seem to have changed in the last few months as Beijing's actions are becoming an embarrassment. An expansionist China has picked up a fight with India at the Line of Actual Control, or LAC, which could have severe adverse implications on the stability of the region. Russia now seems to be openly pushing back China. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how Russia is taking the side of India and sidelining China slowly. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder, the most comprehensive military vehicle online game for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, in which you can go to battle on more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s. The game has an amazing attention to detail and focuses on a realistic combat experience, which is why knowing your vehicles and skill really makes a difference. It's easy to get into, and all you need to play is nothing more but your mouse and keyboard or controller. Immerse yourself in cross-platform combat with more than 20 million other military vehicle enthusiasts from all over the world. Download and play War Thunder for free using the link in the description below, and also get a free bonus tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account. We know that in Russia the media is censored, and many of them actually work like the mouthpiece for the government. Russia Today, popularly known as RT, which is a government-funded international media channel, has televised a favorable coverage for India after the recent Galwan clash. In a half-hour program titled Conflicts with India, US, Hong Kong, Is China on the Brink?, the host Rick Sanchez, in a veiled attack on China, indicated China wants to grab the beautiful region of Ladakh, which is administered by India and is accepted as Indian territory in general. He also pointed to the satellite image of the Australian Policy Institute and stated that hundreds of Chinese soldiers have crossed the China-India border, resulting in a significant escalation in tensions in the disputed region of Ladakh. Mr. Sanchez clearly indicated China was to be blamed for this situation, and this is conveyed by Moscow indirectly and very tactfully. This comes after Russia itself got a taste of China's outrageous border claims. To celebrate the 160th anniversary of Vladivostok, a video was posted by the Russian embassy on the Chinese social media website Weibo. But Chinese, including diplomats, journalists, and social media users, objected to this almost instantly. They claim it was Qing's Manchurian homeland, but was annexed by the Russian Empire in 1860 after China was defeated by the British and the French during the Second Opium War. Shen Shiwim, a journalist at the Chinese state-run broadcaster China Global Television Network (CGTN), tweeted, "This tweet of #Russian Embassy to #China isn't so welcome on Weibo. The history of Vladivostok is from 1860, when Russia built a military harbor, but the city was Haishanwai as Chinese land before Russia annexed it via unequal Treaty of Beijing. Chinese diplomats have also jumped in." Zhang Haiqing, a wolf warrior from China, currently stationed on the country's mission in Pakistan, said, "Isn't this what in the past was our Haishanwai?" The Chinese Communist Party's IT cell also seems to have launched a coordinated attack. A Weibo user wrote, "Today we can only endure, but the Chinese people will remember, and one generation after another will continue to remember." SCMP quotes another user as saying, "We must believe that this ancestral land will return home in the future." It's interesting to note that China has border disputes with all neighbors. Actually, China has territorial disagreements with more than 20 countries. The assertion in RT during the program may be surprising for many, but keen observers could see this coming. Roughly 75% of India's weapons platforms are of Russian origin. Though recent years have seen diversification, with countries like the US gaining a foothold, Moscow is the most critical weapons supplier. After the Galwan Valley clash between India and China, Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh had gone to Moscow and requested expedited delivery of several weapon systems and was assured of the same. This includes the procurement of 21 MiG-29s from Russia. It's a twin-engine, multi-role fighter jet, developed by the Soviets in the 1970s, but's been upgraded since. Indian MiG-29s were used extensively during the 1999 Kargil War in Kashmir by the Indian Air Force to provide fighter escort for Mirage 2000s attacking targets with laser-guided bombs, and would be crucial if a war broke out between India and China. Reports have also indicated that India and Russia have finalized a major deal for manufacturing AK-47-203 rifles in India. The AK-47-203 is the most advanced version of the AK-47 rifle, and the deal will see the manufacturing of almost 800,000 of these jointly by Russia and India. On the other side, Russia has halted the delivery of critical components of S-400 air defense systems to China. Viewers may note that China became the first foreign buyer of S-400 when a $3 billion deal for the delivery of 6 S-400 battalions, a total of 36 launchers, was signed. It was reported that China received its first S-400 shipment in May 2018, but several components, including missiles, are yet to be delivered. Also, Russia is yet to provide some on-site training and installation that will enable China's S-400 systems to be operationally deployed. This is a very interesting development since India's S-400, which is currently in production in Russia, is on track for delivery by the end of 2021, as per Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. Chinese internet trolls, who are backed by the Communist Party of China, started bashing Russia after this, and one of them stated that, while fighting your opponent, how will you feel if your friend handed over a knife to your opponent? The Indian and Russian navies conducted a 2-day mega-military exercise named Indra Navy in the Bay of Bengal to further consolidate their interoperability in dealing with various security challenges. As per reports, a wide range of activities across the spectrum of maritime operations, like surface and anti-aircraft drills, firing exercises, helicopter operations, and replenishment at sea, were part of the 11th edition of the biennial exercise. The timing is very significant here, since India has pulled out of Russia's Kavkaz 2020 war games because of the participation of China and Pakistan, and many observers saw it as a cooling off in the relationship between India and Russia. But Indra Navy exercise put all those speculations to rest, and importantly, it was timed in such a manner that it coincided with the timing of the meeting between Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and his Chinese counterpart Wei Fengzhi, who met on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) in Moscow. This is being seen as a way by which Russia has put pressure on China. Viewers may note that Russia and China share a 4,209 kilometer or 2,615 miles long border. As per reports, the Defense Ministry of Russia is wary of the possible challenges that can be posed by China at the border in the long run. Russia is also conscious of Chinese rampant reverse engineering. Over the years, China has copied several Russian weapons platforms with total disregard for intellectual property rights and contractual obligations. The Chinese have often bought limited quantities and then reverse engineered the weapons. For example, Russians claim that the Chinese began violating licensing terms almost immediately by installing their own avionics on flankers by replicating the jet under the names J-11 and J-11B. The deal fell apart after about half of the Su-27s were sent to China. The impact of these copies is so large that some quarters of the Russian power circle objected to the sale of the S-400 to China. The deal was eventually sealed after Russian analysts felt that the S-400 is too complicated to copy. The naval exercise can be seen in this context and is actually a tactical message to China.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.